Fitin10 Nation, we are into week 2, and by now you should be pre-planning your food and entering it all in MyFitnessPal. In addition to that, you should be getting 3 cardio sessions per week, and what else, Martina?
3 weightlifting sessions per week.
That's right. And that's all you need to do. Just fulfill getting in those macros, being within 10% of those macros, not your calories. Your calories will just fall into place if you get your macros, and get all your exercise in. Make sure you pre-plan your exercise, right? All right. Couple items that we didn't talk about last week that we want to just finish up on here regarding MyFitnessPal. Weight and serving options. Time and time again, Martina, we see this. Let's pick a food.
Egg whites.
All right, we're gonna go with egg whites. You might pick egg whites in MyFitnessPal and enter it in, and you'll see that there is 1 serving, and maybe the serving option is
1 each.
1 each, or maybe it's 1 ounce, or
1
maybe
gram?
it's 1 gram. Maybe
28 grams.
Yeah, I don't see too much of that, but maybe yes, you're right.
Yeah, and they
you
will
do see
put 28 under ounces.
Yeah, or 100 grams. So you can change the serving option. So you could go from grams to ounces to 100 grams or whatever. And you can also change the number of servings. So you could do, if you had 5 ounces of egg white, you could choose 1 ounce and then choose 5 servings. So make sure that you are clear with this, because sometimes we see people and they'll enter in, 1 ounce of egg white 5 times because they had 5 ounces, not knowing that they can just change the serving size. Something else here, Martina, entries containing calories but no macros. This is rare, but sometimes you might see an entry and it looks like it's okay. Calorically, it looks accurate, but in fact, it'll give you a calorie number, but there are 0 macros across the board for it. So this will not affect your your macronutrient count. So make sure you are
double checking.
Yeah, double check that. Okay, and again, I want to remind you that your entries, your accounting of food, is only as good as what it actually represents. So you can make your MyFitnessPal look as great as you want, but if it doesn't actually reflect what you're doing, it doesn't mean anything, right? Now, I realize that you all know this, but it has to be said, because this is where we don't want to do things like estimate, right? Weighing does not require very much time at all. It's very, very easy, right?
It's just planning, right? And that's the issue that we have here. Planning.
Let's get into some questions.
Sure.
Okay. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar, every week we get people to fill out, it's a questionnaire. It's an online questionnaire. It's very fast, and it just asks, about your workouts and things you're struggling with, etc. So, Martina, this person did 4 resistance-based workouts, so more than what is asked, but they only did 2 cardiovascular sessions. So what did they maybe not do?
Enough cardio.
They didn't do.
What to say.
They didn't plan it out.
Right. Okay, my bad.
If they planned it out, it would have happened, right? Because
you need to know when you're going to do those. I know that sometimes you think about half an hour as something that you can easily kind of squeeze in, or you will do the next day. But next thing you know, it's Saturday and you've only done the 1. So in those, you have to be as clear about your exercise and your cardio as you are with your food. And it's like, on Monday, I'm going to do this at this particular time. By the way, it's important. And then you just go ahead and do it.
If you prioritize, they will happen. If you don't prioritize, they will not happen. It's just that simple. Name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. Although I walk 1 hour with the dog, I need to do more cardio. Weight training was 4 or 5. Well, she may have done 5. Can't remember. I also need to stop taking bits of food and think it doesn't count. Well, I guess we already...
No more snacks.
All right, well, I was going to talk a little bit about the cardio, but I guess we already talked about that. That's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about it. No snacking. Listen, everything counts, whether it's a little bit or a lot. A little bit of food is not going to count as much as a lot of food. But the problem is that when you do this little bit, is that this becomes a habit. And I bet that this is a habit. Yeah. This is not something that you just started doing. So while you may not think it's a big deal by having a little bit of food once, it's habitual. So over the long run, it adds up. So just remember, everything counts. Whatever you put your effort into, whatever you choose to do, it's going to have the outcome that it will. If you overeat, you're going to gain body fat. If you follow your macros and you do everything we tell you to do, expect to make a lot of change. It's really that simple. Is there anything you'd like me to cover in this week's video series? Cooking with oils. I bought avocado oil. How does it compare to olive oil? Seems to burn more when cooking.
It has a high smoking point.
Is it as high as?
No, it's a little bit lower, but it's considered a really good oil for cooking.
All right, so it's stable. It's stable for cooking.
It is.
Yeah, just be careful when you buy avocado oil that it is virgin.
Yeah,
right.
Just like olive oil.
Yes, cold pressed.
Good quality.
Yep, good quality. A lot of these oils that are labeled as olive oil or avocado oil sometimes just means that they are a mix of oils and one of the oils is avocado oil, or it is predominantly olive oil or avocado, whatever oil it's listed as is predominantly that, but it's actually got other oils in it. And I guess we should mention that a lot of these oils too, if they are not, in this case, virgin oils, or we want to look at how they are extracted. So, and if they're heat extracted, then that's really not going to be good for the oil. And potentially there could be other things in there, solvents, etc., that really degrade the quality of the oil. So be careful with it.
Olive oil, a good avocado oil.
Cold pressed.
Good, yeah.
Cold pressed. That's the way to go. Additional comments. I don't think I've lost much weight. Well,
how does she know?
I'm not sure how you know, and I will tell you that you will not lose much weight in the first week. It's only been the first week, and I know what this person's goals are. So even if you lost, let's just say you actually lost 2 pounds of fat tissue, let's just say, that may not reflect in your weight. In fact, your weight could be higher this week, but you actually lost fat. Remember, your weight is what it is, plus or minus 5%. You're going to fluctuate. There are so many things that influence your body weight. So when you're trying to gauge a little bit of fat loss by your body weight, you won't. You can't. You can gauge by the scale fat loss if it's a lot of fat, okay? Like if you lost 20 pounds of fat, yeah, that's gonna reflect on the scale. If you lost a pound or 2 or 3 of fat, don't expect that necessarily to show on the scale. All right, let's get the message of the day. Don't limit your challenges, rather challenge your limits. Okay. I think that pretty much says it all. But listen, like you have to really, Martina, you really have to push yourself out of your comfort zone. You cannot expect to make major change staying within your comfort zone. A lot of people say to me, I get this over and over again, it's got to be realistic. It's got to be realistic. Well, I'm not really sure what you mean by realistic. I mean, in terms of exercise, we have less than 3% of your week devoted towards exercise. You just have to pre-plan your food. You're going to make food regardless. Okay, unless you are, a cereal restaurant eater.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or you're ordering in constantly. But you've got to make food anyways. So you just have to figure out your macros. And this will get easier as time goes on. What is realistic to you is, I guess, in some ways just arbitrary, right? It's what you choose it to be. So, but if you want to make change, then you've got to push yourself beyond your limitations.
And your comfort.
And your comfort. So do that. Anything you want to add? All right. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God, give some gratitude, and we'll talk to you all very soon.